Certainly by far, the most toughest. Learned a lot. It's all benefited me, the education. What's unfortunate is that the voter hasn't had an opportunity to be engaged or educated on our various point of views, because this isn't the first time that she's been invited to participate and she doesn't participate. It's we're supposed to take her word for it based on the mailers, and come out, engage, talk to your voters, talk to the people that you're going to be governing. I think that that is what people want, and that's what has been the most disappointing part of the campaign.
Well, how are you able, Senator, to compete with someone who's outspending you by so much?
Well, I think we compete by participating in forums like this, having these discussions. I think we compete by saying, please, everyone, look at my accomplishments. There are very few people that will meet my accomplishments. Very few. And I feel very proud. And I didn't do that by myself, Jim. I didn't do it by myself. I did it with the intelligence and the passion of so many residents, a wonderful staff. We worked together. We worked together to make some wonderful decisions on behalf of the entire state of California. I want to have that type of talent, once again, work with me in bettering Alameda County.
Senator, if you Google your name and Nadia Lockyer's name, two things come up. Her resume with regards to listing a job description as an Alameda County Assistant District Attorney, and then secondarily your residency, whether it's in Sunol or San Mateo County. Those are the two things, let's just say the typical voter or the typical Chabot College student who might be seeing this Googles that. What is the final read on both of those elements, both of those questions? Let's begin with your opponent's resume. Has that been clarified now, or is that still an issue in your mind?
No, it's never been an issue in my mind.
Okay.
I never brought it up. It's not an issue. It's fine. Whatever she wants to say is her job description, she has every right to say. Right. For me, my residence has always been in Sunol, California, and continues to be.
And that's also done with?
As far as I'm concerned, it is. It always has been, It's interesting that you say that, because before this campaign, when you Googled Liz Figueroa, it actually would be the first thing that came up was my fight with Google. So I had a huge fight with Google regarding privacy issues, and that was the first thing that would come up all the time.
Despite the fact that your opponent has outspent you quite a bit, you seem to have picked up an equal amount of endorsements, and most importantly, Gail Steele is regarded in this community. She is well-regarded in this community. She's a winner of the Gladiator Award here at Chabot College for her work in the community. I was at the event and the host of that event, and she generated a standing ovation. She had nearly 20 years of public service, exceptionally well thought of, and she's endorsed you.
Yes.
Did she explain the thought process behind that, and can you explain the somewhat of an inequity if your candidate has this machine yet you get the endorsements? Is that
well, Jim? First of all, she wrote an op-ed, and she would probably explain it better than I could. First of all, let me say I'm just honored that she would endorse me. It's the first time she's ever endorsed anyone. I was humbled that I would receive it. And basically it's because she said, you're more in line with how I see Alameda County. You have the experience. We've worked together. You have the resume. I've known Gail Steele for years and years and years. We attend the same functions. We've been there. Mrs. Lockyer, I didn't know her till just a few since till last year when I first met her when we were running against each other. We haven't been on the boards of directors of various programs. We haven't been, I work on the board of directors with SAVE for domestic violence. I've brought legislation in, brought in monies. I worked on the Bay Trail. I've worked on, if you could look at my website, you will see that.
What is your website, by the way?
It's, thank you, www.lizfigueroa for Supervisor.com.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And if you look at that, you will see all the work that I've done in the community. And so it's definitely goes along and partners what Gail Steele's vision is about who is going to fill her shoes. And I think that I fit it best. I also feel that
Were you humbled by all of this?
Oh, definitely. Are you kidding? Because we're good friends, but she kept saying, I don't endorse anyone. I'd say, Gail. She'd say, nope, I don't endorse anyone. Yes, very humbled. But also I think that the money. Could you imagine? It's actually $1.4 million that...
So I was right, it's 17 to 18 times.
Last time we checked. I mean, when it's all over, heaven knows how much. Could you imagine how much we could do in the community with that money? All of the programs that I care about, all the community colleges. By the way, Mrs. Lockyer sits on the board of trustees for the community colleges at the state level. And for her to not to sit here, not to be here, not to engage in this forum, not to brag about the technology that you have here. It's baffling as why that does not occur.
In our remaining few moments here, you bring up two very salient points when it comes to Chabot College. Can you look into your crystal ball and tell us what you see for this campus and community colleges in the region as we go into the next budget cycle?
First of all, let me tell you, I came from a community college, College San Mateo. My son did also. I just think that they serve a huge need in the community. As a job developer and somebody who worked on doing job placement, it was the community colleges that I went to for the education that my clients needed to better themselves and obtain the needs that the education they needed to move on to learn the skills. So they're a valuable source.
Are you worried about the future?
I am worried. I am worried because people don't put the importance on education as they should be. And so I would definitely, if partner at the state level with the current Senator Ellen Corbett, with anyone who's in office to make sure further funding comes to our community colleges.
And one final question then, toughest campaign for you.
Definitely.
You've been in the political business for quite some time.
Yes.
What sets your campaign apart?
It's the experience. It's definitely the experience, the knowledge, the grassroots. Our few signs that we had, it was all about being rooted here, is understanding, is having a relationship with people. Let me tell you, when you knock on those doors and people go, oh, hi Liz, I remember you. There's nothing better than that. To walk in a room and know that you know most of the people there. To know that that you don't have to hide, that you know the issues, you know the people, and you know what's important to this county.
Senator, thank you.
Thank you.
Boy,
it's
the
always
half
a pleasure.
hour has just flown by.
Is it over?
It is
Oh my
over.
God.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And thank you for watching. You've been watching Election 2010 right here on KCTH Channel 27, Chabot College. We want to thank our technical staff this afternoon for the taping, Cedric Pounds, Betty Cho, station manager Sujoy Sakar. We also want to thank Dr. Gary Carter, the Dean of the School of Arts, and Chabot College President Dr. Celia Barberina. My name is Jim Weeder from the Chabot College Foundation Board of Directors. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to vote on November 2nd.